We are under the bright lights tonight as MLB Network welcomes you to this presentation of Major League Baseball. Opening night here in this brand new season between the American League's Houston Astros and the Chicago Cubs. Live baseball here on MLB Network, and it comes your way next. Here's Carlos Correa now. He'll get us started in this one under the lights.
Tonight for Houston, shortstop, number 1.
And the new season is underway as the first pitch is swung on and missed for strike 1. And the slider stayed low apparently for a ball. Temperature was in the 70s earlier today, but 59 at game time tonight. Takes a fastball on the inside corner. Ready to deliver the 1-2. And he takes strike 3 called on the fastball, and the leadoff man is gone to start the evening. Here's Marwin Gonzalez now.
Number 9, Marwin Gonzalez.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. There's a first pitch curveball trying to come back to the outside corner. Didn't get it that time. It's ball 1. Here it comes, 1-0. And he hung a curveball that time that stayed high.
Boy, that's a great breaking ball right there. That's a tough pitch to lay off when that ball's coming in at that plane right there. Quality take. We're seeing quite a few pitches up from him right now, and that can obviously be dangerous. A cold strike there, but he might need to lower his sights a little bit.
Now a check swing, but he does manage to hold up in time. Ball 3. Swing, strike 2.
He couldn't quite catch up to that one. He needs to get his foot down and see the fastball out of his hand.
And he takes strike 3 called, and it's a pair of punch-outs that begin the ball game.
Batting third.
Now in the box, Jose Altuve. First chance for him here in the top of the first with nobody on. In there, strike 1.
Not too often you see a changeup come across at 88 miles an hour on the gun. Still effective when you're throwing a fastball in the high 90s, though.
Swing and a miss, and he's in trouble now. 0-2. Now a swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And here's a ball hit in the air. Springer coming on. Base hit. And the Stros are into the hit column for the first time this season. Here's Carlos Beltran. He takes his first cuts in this one with a man at first and 2 away.
Beltran.
First pitch of the at-bat. He's running towards second. Pitch misses low. The throw down. And it skips in as he steals the bag easily. And he watches a called strike as this one bears in on him. 1-1. For Altuve, his first steal of the year, and it comes here on opening night. 2-1. A decent lead at second. Here's the pitch. And this pitch is hit foul off to the left and out of play, so the count goes to 2-2 now. Good lead off at second there. Now the pitch. And another foul ball. Now another 2-2. A swing and a miss at a sinker. The strikeout retires the side. Inning is over. Into the box now is Chris Young as he'll swing it to get things started in the home half of the first.
Center fielder, Chris Young.
Now a check swing, but it's strike 1 anyway, says the home plate umpire. The windup and the 0-1. Swing and a miss out in front of a changeup.
That looked like he was cheating for that fastball inside right there. Early swing, got out in front of that off-speed pitch. Clearly looking for a fastball.
Fastball called, strike 3, and there's the first out of the inning.
Third baseman, Javier Baez.
First pitch on its way. Now a ball lifted high in the air towards shallow right center field. And he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now.
Batting third,
Anthony Rizzo stands in now. First cuts for him here with the bases open and 2 away. Keuchel gets the sign. Here's the first pitch. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0. A little over anxious that time as it's a ball and a strike. from the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Checked his swing there, and did he go? No, he did not, says the third base umpire. Ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Here it comes. Lined hard to center field. But this will not get down quickly enough as it's pulled in out there in center, and that ends the inning. Now at the plate, Chris Bryant. He'll lead it off against Jake Arrieta.
Third baseman, Chris Bryant.
This ball will be chopped foul. The windup and the 0-1. And that sinker misses at the shoe tops. Ball 1. And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball. Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. And this is fouled back and out of play. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Now a swing and a miss as he picks up another one. Make it 4 strikeouts already, and there's your first out. Stepping in is Josh Reddick.
Josh Reddick.
And a slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball.
Pretty good pitch and a great take there. There's not a lot you could do with that slider breaking down, and unless you can catch it way out front and hook it down the line, you see a lot of swinging misses on those.
Here's the 1-1 delivery. A wave and a miss, a tick behind a good fastball.
I think it's safe to say he wasn't ready for the fastball.
Yeah, and they set him up with that curveball on the pitch before, and that one, they just blew right by him.
And they could go either way now, I suppose. Line drive snagged on a short hop.
Throw on to first, 2 gone. So stepping in, Brian McCann. He'll work on keeping this top of the second alive. There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field. Back goes Springer to the track, to the wall. A leap, but he can't bring it back into the park. It's a home run. Standing in, Jake Marisnick. He'll work on keeping this top of the second alive. He's ready. Here's the first offering. And a check swing here, but he clearly went around on a pitch that would have been a strike anyway. It's 0-1. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit. So the 2-out base hit, and the top of the inning is still alive. Now batting, Dallas Keuchel, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one.
Dallas Keuchel.
First offering on its way. Swinging a soft liner, and the pitcher's got himself a base hit. Throw into third. Digging in to try it again. Carlos Correa. 2s all over the place. 2 on, 2 out, and of course here in inning number 2. He'll start him here with a changeup, but it's taken for ball 1.
Well, you know, giving up 3 straight hits is bad enough, but now it looks like he's starting to nibble a little bit. It's hard not to when you're getting hit, but you don't want to put yourself in bad counts.
That's a good changeup. Got him to swing early in it. Now you got him set up. You can go back with the hard fastball or double it up with another changeup.
Just the second inning, but already 37 pitches to this point. To 2-2 now. Hit hard back up the middle. Backhanded. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. Now at the plate, George Springer. He'll begin things here against Dallas Keuchel.
George Springer.
Here comes the first pitch. Pulled high in the air out to left field. Reddick has a read on it. And he hauls it in for the first out of the inning. Here's Ben Zobrist now.
Second baseman, Ben Zobrist.
Into the windup and the pitch. Started that swing a bit too early.
Boy, if you're the pitcher, you're feeling good. That either says, I got great stuff, or he just doesn't know what he's doing right now. Even the great ones take bad swings, and that was a bad swing.
Here it comes on 1-1. That's softly hit to right. Will that get down? That's a hit, the first of the year for the Cubbies. Here's Addison Russell. First shot for him here with a runner at first now and one away.
Addison Russell.
First offering on its way. Good changeup that time, but he wouldn't bite on it. And that changeup makes him jump. A swing and a miss. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. And a fastball just a bit up. Runners on first with one down. Strike two called, and it's even at 2. Fastball didn't miss by much, and it's a full count now. 3-2.
Hey, not a bad time right here to put that runner in motion. 3-2 count.
Meanwhile, this ball is into right center, and that ought to be good enough for extra bases. Zobrist rounds third and is digging for the plate. The relay, and he is out at third. So credit him with a double and an RBI here.
Batting 7.
So striding in, Andrew Benintendi will try to make something happen with 2 gone in the bottom of the second. And here's a fastball called for strike 1. On its way, the 0-1 pitch. Changeup gets him out in front for strike 2. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. Striding in once again, Marwin Gonzalez. He'll start things out here in a tie ball game. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And this is taken outside for ball 1. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air over toward foul ground. Contreras has a play, 1 away. Here's the second baseman, Jose Altuve. 1 for 1 after a single his first time up. First pitch coming. Here it is. Took a wave at one around the shins with no luck. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Sent toward first. And this will get taken in at first for the second out of the inning. Stepping into the box, Carlos Beltran. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. And a good slider here to start the at-bat, but it's ruled a ball. 1-0. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. Starts to go around, but the home plate umpire says he held up ball 2. Ready with the 2-0 pitch. Lifted in the air to straightaway center. Young is there. And that retires the side. Here's the young catcher, Wilson Contreras. He'll go to work trying to do something about breaking this 1-1 tie. And he starts the number 8 hitter with a strike. 0-1. The windup and the 0-1. And this ball's heading for the seats down the right side as the count will move to 0-2 now. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss as he starts the third the same way he ended the second with a punch out. 1 away. At the plate, Jake Arrieta. First pitch on its way. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. The 0-1 on its way. Just a bit jumpy that time. Swung on and missed.
I mean, these guys look more like lumberjacks than professional hitters right now. They're hacking at everything.
Oh, and this is swung on and missed. 4 strikeouts already, and that's out number 2.
Now batting.
Here's Chris Young. First 2 men in the inning have both gone down via the punch out, so we'll see if he can fare any better. Hit down the third base line. Right to Bryant. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. Here's Chris Bryant now. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
Third baseman, Chris Bryant.
And he takes a cold strike, 0-1. The windup and the 0-1. And a neck-high fastball that time.
That's a good take on that fastball there. You know he's looking for something up there to drive, but that was just a little above his.
There's a swing and a high drive into left center field. Young racing back. He gets there and makes the play for the first out. Ready for another chance? Josh Reddick comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. He's ready. Here's the first offering. And this is just off the outside corner for a ball, 1-0. Got him to swing at a pitch below the knees, 1-1. Reddick waiting, and now the pitch. Swing and a miss way behind the big fastball. And Dan, that's a pretty good example of why he's such a great pitcher.
Yeah, stuff. Stuff is obviously the important key to being dominant on the mound, but it doesn't mean a whole lot if you don't have outstanding control to go along with it. But he does, and he really spotted that pitch.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Brian McCann. And he's off to a hot start in this one. Homered his first time around. And this one's not close. It's in the dirt for ball 1. The pitch. That's inside. 2-0.
This guy's feeling good about his game. He's already homered, and now he's sitting there in a 2-0 count. I guarantee he's thinking, I'm going to launch another.
Takes a look at one catching the outside corner. And he gets a piece of it here, but it's chopped foul. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. And he just does manage to fight this one off as it's fouled away. But this is going to be a foul ball as that keeps things at 2-2. Liner toward right center. And that falls in for a solid base hit, his second of the night. He'll get it into second. Not in time, and he's in there with a double. Stepping in, Jake Marisnick. He singled his last time up. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And there's a sinker that he just spits on as it misses low. For McCann, a good start as he's got his first double of the year here on opening night. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0. Behind on the swing that time, and it's 2-1. Good lead there at second. Here's the pitch. On a good pitch there, had him stretching to get out there, and it's 2-2 now.
Man, did that fool him. What a great.
And we'll have to leave it there as this is strike 3, and that will retire the side. Into the box now, Javier Baez. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
Third baseman, Javier.
First offering on its way. Way out in front.
Well, they have been really aggressive swinging early in the count, early in this game, and that's twofold. You're either not going to get a high pitch count from the pitcher, which could go against you, or you're going to knock him out. We're coming right after you and being aggressive. Right now, I think they're just being aggressive.
And he looks at a ball, 1-2.
Decided to go with a fastball there on 0-2, but what he's trying to do with that pitch is to expand the strike zone. Maybe you get a guy to offer at it, but at the very least, it helps set up your off-speed stuff.
Swung on and missed. He didn't even come close to contact on a ball way out of the zone. One out.
Number 44.
So one gone in the inning, and that'll bring up the first baseman, Anthony Rizzo. Outfield shaded toward right center. Here's the first pitch. Swing and a miss that time. It's 0-1. The 0-1 on its way. In the air out to right. Beltran has a read on it. 2 gone. Settling in now, George Springer. So far 0 for 1 with a flyout. Swing and a miss just behind a lively fastball. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Swung on and missed. Outclassed by that fastball for a strike. Keuchel's ready. Here it is on 0-2. Drilled to the left side. A dive, but he can't get it. It's through into the outfield. So Ben Zobrist will bat this inning following the 2-out hit. Here's Ben Zobrist now. He singled and scored in his first appearance in this one. There's a swing, and he sends a ball high in the air into left field. Reddick racing back. He gets there to make the catch, and that ends the inning. In now, Dallas Keuchel. He'll start things out as we begin the fifth.
Pitcher number 60, Dallas Keuchel.
First pitch on its way. And a slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. A high fastball is in there.
Really feels like he's just on cruise control out there on the mound right now.
Yeah, it really does, Matt, but this offense isn't helping him too much. It sort of feels like the next team to score is going to win this thing.
And the fifth inning will start with a ground out, one away.
Shortstop, Carlos Correa.
Into the windup and the pitch. Carlos Correa is in with one away now as he swings and misses here at strike one. The windup and the 0-1. Tried to get him to go after the slider, but it's 1-1. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. And there's ball two now. Got a big pass at a slider that gets past him.
91-mile-an-hour slider. Man alive, there's not many people that throw that one right there. That is an elite group right there. I would throw that pitch every time.
Ground ball sent back up the middle. Throw gets him, 2 down. Here's Marwin Gonzalez now. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ball game. First pitch coming. Here it is. First pitch here is a sinker that runs a bit too wide. It's ball 1. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. 2-0. 2-0 count. Here it comes. Slapped hard the opposite way. Benintendi is there, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. Here's Addison Russell. He'll lead things off as we begin the home fifth.
The shortstop, Addison
First
Russell.
offering on its way. And that changeup makes him jump. A swing and a miss. Now a swing and a chopper foul right at home plate. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And a good bite to that slider as he swings through it for the first out of the inning.
Now batting,
The left-handed hitting
left fielder,
Andrew Benintendi stands in. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Swing and a miss, 0-1. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Swing and a liner. But a quick glove at third, and there are 2 gone.
the catcher,
Here's the young
40.
catcher, Wilson Contreras. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. A fastball, and he swings through it to fall behind.
I really like how he's getting ahead early in the count. He's pitching aggressively, and what that does, it holds the pitch count down.
Gets the fastball by him here, and he's in control. 0-2. Swing and a miss at 1 in the dirt. McCann has it, and that ends the inning. Here's the second baseman, Jose Altuve.
Leading off
1
for
for
Houston.
2 on his line so
Second
far in the
baseman.
game.
Jose Altuve.
First delivery to him on the way. First pitch hack in here, and that's the first strike.
That's a big pitch right there. Now he's got him 0-1. And he still may not be comfortable. Even 0-1, he's still a pretty good hitter when he's down the count. This is a big pitch right here.
Therefore, it is Springer, and he's got it for the first out. Here's Carlos Beltran. It's been an 0-for-2 effort for him to this point.
Hard liner, but picked up on a hop.
And the sixth inning is progressing quickly here. Now 2 away. Striding in once again, Chris Bryant. He's 0-for-2 thus far in this one. And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball 1.
Right here, he's looking to get himself into a good hitter's count so he can take a rip. And
there's a swing and a ball hit in the air, and a ball that he got every stitch of, as that one, without a doubt, is gone. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Josh Reddick. 0-for-2 on his line thus far. He'll start him with a sinker here, but that sinks a bit too much that time. It's 1-0. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. A high fastball is in there.
Oh, that's for sure going to be a pitch he wants back. You're not going to get many balls right in the wheelhouse from a top-level arm like this.
And he'll come back with one in the dirt as the count moves to 2-1 now. Inside for a ball as he falls behind to him here. 3-1.
He's really been good this game. Around the plate, throwing strikes, hasn't walked anybody. Right now he finds himself a little bit of a hole, but he can battle back.
Takes a high fastball for a strike. Hit out towards second. They'll whip this one to first in time, and that ends the inning. So stepping in, Jake Arrieta. He'll have the opportunity to kick things off as we begin. Josh Rutledge is going to come off the bench as he'll be asked to lead off the bottom of inning number 6. Now a swing and a miss. Took something off that one, and it's strike 1. Some action out in the bullpen. Couple of right-handers starting to loosen up. And he gets him to swing through that one. He's in control, 0-2. 50th pitch of the game on its way. Hard on the ground towards short. Throws in time, and that's out number 1. Here's Chris Young. He comes in 0-for-2 thus far.
Chris Young.
First pitch here misses wide, 1-0. 1 run on 3 hits. No errors so far for the Cubbies. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Swing and a miss, and it's a ball and 2 strikes here. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. And a neck-high fastball that time.
Hey, I appreciate the fact that he's making him throw a few pitches. Most of his teammates have been hacking at everything that comes their way.
And you can tell he wanted to hold off, but he swings through the inside pitch anyway, and he becomes out number 2. Javier Baez is in with 2 away as he takes a ball, 1-0.
Look, Matt, he's done a nice job getting those first 2 outs. I mean, look, this is a good hitting team. And now you got the 2-hitter coming to the middle of the order. But you can limit the damage by getting those first 2 outs. I think he's limited the damage so far this inning.
Swing and a line drive, but that's a foul ball.
Man, I think he thought he was going to get another breaking ball right there. He's a little bit late on that fastball. That's a nice pitch, though, following that breaking pitch to keep him off balance with the heater.
And Beltran will pull this one in, and that will retire the side. Welcome back here to the historic friendly confines of Wrigley Field. It's on to the 7th now with the Astros on top in this one. And as the final warm-up tosses are thrown, let's get a look at our game summary through 6 innings. Mike Montgomery is out from the bullpen as he'll get his first work of the season here on opening night.
Mike Montgomery.
Here's the catcher, Brian McCann. He'll lead it off here as we begin. Inning number 7. Cubs have someone working in their bullpen now as a right-hander's begun to get loose. And here's a called strike at the knees. Don't think he liked that one too much, but it's 0-1.
That's a nice spot for a pitcher down there below the knees, but I think that call's a little bit low.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Line to the right side. Springer is there, and he makes the catch for the out. Digging in once again, Jake Marisnick. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. Hit to short. Russell's got it. On to first, and there are 2 down. Ready once again, Dallas Keuchel. A hit in 2 tries so far. Into the windup and the pitch. Couldn't quite hold back that time as the changeup fooled him for strike 1. Now the pitch. In there, and it's 0-2 now. Now he gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Here's another 0-2. This one's blooped out toward right center field. Young coming on. He can't get there as it falls in. Ready for another shot now. Carlos Correa. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once. Off the plate and away there. 1 ball, no strikes. Took a wave at one around the shins with no luck.
Well, that is a good pitch. A sinker down with that kind of movement. It is really hard to hit. No wonder he swung and missed.
Swing and a miss on the cut fastball. 1-2. And the inning goes away in unceremonious fashion on a swing and a miss at a ball way outside the strike zone. Anthony Rizzo stands in now. He started out the evening 0 for 2 so far.
First baseman, Anthony
Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. Outside target here, and he hits it for strike 1. The windup and the 0-1. And a fastball way off target here, and it's even at 1. Look into McCann, the 1-1. Oh, they have him looking awfully confused up there right now. It's 1-2. Ready on 1-2. Oh, and he's really got the strikeout pitch working now as he notches number 9 in the ball game.
The right fielder, number
Digging
4.
in and looking for more, George Springer. He's singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far. And he throws the fastball by him here. 0-1.
He's been doing a nice job out there on the mound, but the deeper you get into the game, the more the hitters have seen you. This is the part of the lineup that he has to be really careful with.
Ball 1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Soft liner to the right side. And he'll step on first himself for the out. Digging in to try it again. Ben Zobrist. 1 for 2 on his line so far in the game. And he just keeps rolling along as he starts another batter out with strike 1. Oh, got him to swing out of his shoes on that one. 0-2.
I think a big reason why he's been so effective in this one, that he's been just about getting ahead of every hitter. Seems like every one of them are 0-2, 1-2, and it's just about every at-bat. And when that's the case, your chances of getting a good pitch to hit are way worse.
Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. And a cut fastball here that he started off a bit too far inside. It nearly got him.
Most good pitchers know that they have to work inside and sometimes even come off the plate to keep hitters from getting comfortable up there. I think that was part of the intent with that last pitch. Time to focus here. This game is way too close to be walking, guys.
A swing and a miss. Retires the side, and that will do it. Ready for another chance? Marwin Gonzalez. No hits in 3 tries so far. Right-hander starts to loosen out in the bullpen now. A little tardy there. No balls and a strike.
You know what I've been impressed with? He's really used that fastball to his advantage, and he's recognized the fact he's throwing it by people. So he's continued to dominate with that heater and not check off a bit much.
Tries to change up on him there, but it's a ball. 2-1. To 2-2 now. A 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. And he'll indeed make the play in foul territory for the first out. Stepping up now, Jose Altuve. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. This one's down to third. Baez fields it cleanly. In time to first, and there are 2 away. So 2 gone now in the Houston 8th. And here's the ever-dangerous Carlos Beltran. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And he jumps at a changeup, a swing and a miss. On its way, the 0-1 pitch. Now a flare out toward right center. Zobrist ranging into shallow right, and that ends the inning. Here's Addison Russell, 1 for 2 with a double on his line thus far.
The shortstop, Addison Russell.
Ken Giles is out from the bullpen now as he'll make his first appearance here on the season.
Ken Giles.
Now the Astros have somebody up in the bullpen as a right-hander has started to warm up out there.
And a whiff at a good slider that time. And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1.
Back-to-back sliders away. Now I think you have to think about running something hard in. Not a good idea to throw a good hitter the same pitch 3 times in a row.
Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Lays off. 2-2 now. Even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Now the fastball is right by him as he swings and misses for the first out of the inning.
Now batting.
The left-handed hitting Andrew Benintendi stands in. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ballgame. Now a swing and a miss as they start him out on a pitch well inside for strike 1. A wave and a miss, a tick behind a good fastball. Well, as demonstrated there, that's a tough pitch to do anything with.
Yeah, good luck. But hey, a high fastball all of a sudden becomes really dangerous for a pitcher if it's not spotted above the zone. A little height difference makes all the difference.
Miguel Montero will pinch hit here, and he's the potential tying run. Swing and a miss, and he's behind 0-1. Will attempt to put the ball in play for a change here with the first two guys going down on strikes to start the inning. And boy, this at-bat is not starting off well as he's behind 0-2 now. Can't get him to chase. It's 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And they'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive.
Well, he fouled that breaking ball off a little bit early. Timing not quite there. Had a fastball to pitch before. He just got out in front of that breaking ball. Well, he got a piece of that breaking ball right there. That's the second one he's seen in a row.
And we'll have to leave it there as this is strike 3, and that will retire the side. Here's Chris Bryant now. He'll lead things off here in this one-run contest. Koji Uehara enters from the pen to start the 9th inning as he'll try to keep the score right where it is heading to the bottom of the 9th.
Koji Uehara. This change defensively for the Cubs. Now catching, number 47, Miguel Montero.
Line towards center field, and a knock for him this time. He's 2 for 4 for the game. The 9th inning's underway with a leadoff man aboard via the single. Stepping in is Josh Reddick. He was a ground out victim last time up. Lays off 1-0. Reddick waiting, and now the pitch. Hit sharply toward the right side. And that'll make him 1 for 4 in this one. Bryant is on his way home. And a huge insurance run is across to score all the way from first. It's now 3-1. At the plate, Brian McCann. He's 2 for 3 with a home run and a double. Getting a few steps off a second there. Now the pitch. Started to go around there, but he holds up ball 1. And that's too high, ball 2.
This inning really feels like it's getting away from him out there. As a reliever, you can't let that happen. Nothing you can do about what's already happened, and it's only going to get worse if you're not focusing on the guy in the batter's box.
And this is popped high in the air toward the left side. Baez is there for it. 1 away. Here's Jake Marisnick. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far.
Jake Marisnick.
Here's the first pitch to him. Takes a fastball on the inside corner. A decent lead at second. Here's the pitch. Sacrifice attempt here. Baez fields it cleanly. Throw on to first. 2 gone. Settling in now, Ken Giles, trying to add some padding to their lead in the form of that run standing out there at second base. Nori Aoki will look to provide a little 2-out thunder off the bench as he'll hit with a runner at second and 2 away. Late that time for a strike. Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. Here's a blooper out toward left center. Coming in is Benintendi. Reddick rounds the corner and is headed home. Tack on another here as the runner scores from second, and it's a 4-1 game. Now at the plate, Carlos Correa looking to change his fortunes here. 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts so far in the game. First pitch hack in here, and that's the first strike. And boy, big problems here to start this at-bat. It's 0-2 now.
Boy, he is just being way too aggressive and not staying with the ball in his zone. He's already got 2 strikeouts, and he comes up there and swings this one out of the zone.
And we'll have to leave it there as the play is made here to end the inning.
Your
Chris
attention,
Davinsky
please.
enters the game to
Now
finish
pitching
this
for
one
the
off here in the
Astros,
bottom of the ninth.
Number 47, Chris Davinsky.
Coming to the plate now, Koji Uehara. He'll be the one to get us going here in the bottom of inning number 9.
Koji Uehara.
Kyle
attention,
Schwarber
please.
will get up off the
And
bench
hitting
to
for the
lead off
Cubs,
the home half of the
number
ninth.
12,
And they've certainly got their
Kyle
work cut out for them
Schwarber.
here. So he'll just... Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. Takes a look down at the knees for a strike.
Well, this offense finds themselves struggling right now, and they're down a few runs. They got to try to manufacture, get somebody on, maybe hit and run, and then you look for the big ball. Looks like right now everybody's swinging for the downs. They got to turn it around a little bit, play a little small ball, get it going.
And the pinch hitter is retired here, one away.
Center fielder, Chris Young.
First pitch on its way. Chris Young is at the plate now, and he's quickly behind 0-1.
Boy, not a good swing there. That was really ugly. Anytime you can make a hitter look like that, you've done something special.
Did it look to you like he was guessing on the pitch?
Oh, certainly it had to be, Matt, but if he was, he obviously wasn't looking for that pitch.
Good waist pitch, 1-2. Changes up on him, but that's in the dirt for a ball.
Well, he kind of got caught chasing the first 2 pitches out of the strike zone. But I think he's caught on to their game a little bit right now. 2 tough pitches that he took with 2 strikes, and now the count is 2-2.
So he gets the swinging strikeout on the changeup. Chris Young goes down, and they've got only 1 out left to work with. Chop foul over towards the coaching box. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And here's a ball hit in the air. McCann has a play, makes the catch, and that's the ball game. Well, we watched a really solid starting pitching performance, kept the opposition at bay, and as a result, he's our top player of the game.
Yeah, he really stood out to me in this one, guys. Absolutely electric stuff on the mound, and he racked up 10 strikeouts because of it. Solid performance as he leads his guys to victory.
Broadcasting live from Houston, Texas, where the retractable roof of Minute Maid Park is closed. Tonight, it's the home opener for this new season between the Colorado Rockies and the Houston Astros. Looking forward to this matchup, and it's next on MLB Network. And that'll bring up the speedy outfielder David Dahl. And we are set for baseball here this evening.
Center fielder. David Dahl.
Hit pretty well out to deep left field. Reddick racing back, and just short of a home run. This ball's off the wall, and he is safe at second base as he legs out a double.
Batting second.
Digging in
Third
the switch
baseman,
hitter, Jose Ramirez. Looking to get something to the right side with that leadoff man at second to start the ball game. Hit down the line at first, but a foul ball here, 0-1. And here's a ball hit in the air. Correa ranging into the outfield. He gets there and makes the play for the first out. Here's the shortstop, Ian Desmond. First appearance for him here with the leadoff man still at second and one gone now. From the stretch. And the changeup is way low that time. Here it comes, 1-0. And that one stayed too low, apparently.
Tough situation for him right here. I mean, he's got an open base, so he doesn't have to give in to this guy, but there's definitely danger looming on deck, so you can't just completely work around him either.
And the runner's breaking for third. Hit hard on the ground to second. Throw gets him, 2 down. So a man at third here with 2 gone. And standing in, the right fielder, Carlos Gonzalez. Here's the first pitch to him. And there's one well above the zone for a ball.
With the runner on third, 2 outs, base open, and a good hitter at the plate, you have to be smart and not give in. If you walk this guy, so what? It's a lot worse if you give him a ball that he can hurt you on.
Just got a piece up the line, but it gets foul. Men on third with 2 down. A swing and a miss as he chased with 2 strikes, and that will. Here's Carlos Correa now. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Leading off for the Astros, the shortstop, Carlos Correa.
In there, no balls and a strike. Here it comes. Changes up on him, but that's in the dirt for a ball.
1 ball, 1 strike.
From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a line drive. Nearly a big fly to start the inning. Instead, a foul ball. Line drive to left. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit. So here in the first inning, the leadoff man's aboard to kick things off. Here's Marwin Gonzalez now.
First baseman, Marwin Gonzalez.
Swung on and missed for the first strike. Nobody out, runner on first. Sinker, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Playing 11.
Here's the 1-1 delivery. On the ground to second base. This could be 2. 1 there. On to first. Not in time as the umpire was right there to make the call. So a runner at first with 1 out now. And striding in the speedy second baseman, Jose Altuve. Now a throw over. He's set. Here it comes. Ball 1.
That's some good hitting right there. Great eyes. I mean, to recognize that and lay off it right now, that was nice.
And a strike to even the count. 1-1. Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1. Starts to go around, but the home plate umpire says he held up ball 2.
You know, I think that off-speed pitch fooled him a little bit, but not enough. He was able to hold back.
And that's in there above the belt, so it's even now, 2-2.
Matt, here we are, double play situation, and everybody knows he's got that sinker. Maybe get a ground ball and get two, right? But he comes with the fastball right there. Now nobody knows what to see. This is going to be an interesting at-bat.
And another foul ball.
Oh, that's one he's going to want back right there. A fastball right in your wheelhouse, and you foul it.
Hit in the air out to center field. Waiting on it is Dahl, and that's the second out of the inning. And he will scurry back to first as he'll think twice about trying to move up.
Batting fourth.
Here's Carlos
Right
Beltran.
fielder.
He takes his first
Carlos
cuts in this one with a man at
Beltran.
first and 2 away. First pitch on its way. Slapped hard the opposite way. In there, a base hit. Coming to the plate now, Chris Bryant.
Third
And he could
baseman.
give his guys an early lead if he can come through here. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. A fastball right down the middle for a strike. Looking to wiggle out of this. Here it is. And a good idea to hold off on that swing. It's ball one.
That's a great check swing. That's tough to hold up on that pitch. It looks like a fastball, and the slider just breaks away from you. He's held up, though. Strong hands. Matt, this is where I like this guy pitching. First and second, he's got 2 outs. He's got himself a little bit of a jam, but now he likes to paint the corners. Watch him fight himself out of this situation.
And the throw to first will indeed get him. It's a strikeout. Score at 2-3. Here's Charlie Blackmon now. He'll lead it
Leading
off
for
against
Colorado.
Lance McCullers.
Designated hitter, Charlie Blackmon.
Here's a changeup to start the second, but that misses. It's a ball and no strikes. And they won't get him to chase the curveball in the dirt that time, and it's 2-0 now. 3-0 now. Mark Reynolds waits on deck. Well, they let him go there, but he missed it for strike one.
Well, he's just 2 outs into his major league debut on the mound, and so far he doesn't seem nervous or like he's trying to do too much. That's easier said than done.
And that misses for ball 4, so it's a leadoff walk here to
Batting
start
check.
the second.
The first baseman, number 12, Mark Reynolds.
Now a move over to first, and he'll dive back in safely. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Mark Reynolds is the batter now as he looks at a ball, 1-0.
No strikes.
1-0 count. Here it is. And this one's in the dirt. And the runner will stay put, but the count moves to 2-0. Too tight with that one. 3-0.
Boy, not exactly what you'd like as a pitcher. One of the keys is to minimize your pitches, attack the strike zone early, a lot of deep counts, and working himself into a lot of trouble.
That's so difficult to hit. Hard fastball and a nasty curveball. You just have to sit on one or the other and hope he throws the one you're looking for.
Hitters count all the way. Here it comes. Pitch is a cold strike. The throw. And it's far too late as he steals second with ease. No one out with a runner at second. Still hanging with him. Another good swing to keep it going. Payoff pitch one more time. Swing and a miss, and they'll come all the way back from 3-0 to punch him out. One away.
Second baseman.
Into the box now, Yunel Escobar. He'll get to take his first cuts here. Here comes the first pitch. Takes this the other way to right. And that'll get down out there. And they won't risk it at third, so they're at the corners now with only one away.
Batting 8.
In is Gerardo
The left fielder,
Parra.
number 8, Gerardo Parra.
Here's the first pitch to him. Now he gets the ground ball to first. This might be 2. To second for 1. Relay to first in time, and just like that, this side is retired. Settling in now, Josh Reddick. He'll start things
Leading
out
off
here
for the
against
Astros.
Corey Kluber.
Left fielder, Shot.
Into the windup
Ready.
and the pitch. Boy, good bite on the slider, and it just missed inside.
Boy, that's a great breaking ball right there. That's a tough pitch to lay off when that ball is coming in at that plane right there. Quality take.
And he looks at a slider in there, 1-1. Reddick waiting, and now the pitch. Started to go around there. Looked like he held up in time. No, strike two, says the third base umpire. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Swung on, and he went fishing in the dirt. Gomes gathers it, but the throw is late, and he's aboard after the strikeout. Here's the catcher, Brian McCann.
Catcher, Brian McCann.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. Knee-high slider that he takes a look at. The 0-1 delivery. Hit hard on the ground to short. To second for 1. On to Reynolds, and it's a double play. So digging in now, Evan Gattis. They'll try to make something happen with 2 gone in the bottom of the second. Into the windup and the pitch. Takes a fastball on the inside corner. 0-1 count and the pitch. Tried to get him to go after the slider, but it's 1-1.
1-1.
And did he go around? No, he did not. Ball 2. Two and 2.
Pretty good pitch to hit there that he let go. I know it's early and they're probably wanting to run his pitch count up, but he may not get another pitch like that to swing at the rest of the game.
And he'll try to hold up in time, but to no avail as he went around. Here's the catcher, Yan Gomes, and he'll start out there half of the third, top of the order to follow.
Yan Gomes.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Lays off 1-0. The 1-0 now to Gomes. 2-0.
He may be down 2-0 after those first 2 pitches in this AB, but those are pitches he can feel pretty good about. They did miss by a whole lot, so it's not like he's all over the place.
And that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit. The number 9 hitter reaches base safely to start the inning, so here comes the top of the order with a man aboard.
Center fielder.
Ready for another chance? David Dahl. He doubled to open up the ball game. Here's the first pitch to him. There's a fastball that just misses. Ball 1. The 1-0 delivery. And a curveball that gets a swing and a miss and makes him look way behind. Runners going. Swing and a liner. Foul. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Hard hit ball to second. And that's through for a hit.
No, beat him.
Digging in to try it again. Jose Ramirez. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. First pitch coming. Here it is. None out. Runners at first and second. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
Well, I know the last thing he wants to do is load the bases right here, so the pressure is on right now to get back in the strike zone.
Swing and a liner. Ready with 2 balls and a strike. On the ground up the middle. Step on the bag for 1. On to first, but not in time as he's in there ahead of the throw. Striding in once again, Ian Desmond. 0 for 1 here in the early going. First offering on its way. Good changeup that time, but he wouldn't bite on it.
The intent with that changeup away was one thing and one thing only. Get a double play ball. Nice job to lay off it at the plate though.
Hits this one hard the other way, and that's through for a base hit. And the runner from third crosses the plate. Ramirez is on his way home. But no, he'll put on the brakes and head back to third. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Carlos Gonzalez. Looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at-bat. Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball. And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball.
Now with the 2-0 count and the power at the plate, it could be fireworks time. This is the kind of count he makes his money in.
And not the kind of swing you're hoping for on 2-0 as they bunch him up inside. It's 2-1 now. Ball 3. Here's the 3-1. This is pulled into right. Base hit, and that'll get a run in. At the plate, Charlie Blackmon reached base via the walk in his first plate appearance. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Takes a look at a strike over the inside corner. Good lead there at second. Here's the pitch. Here's a late swing and a miss. Strike 2.
He's attacking this hitter a lot more aggressively than he did the first time when he faced him and issued a walk. Coming right after him here.
Goes to third with it, and he's going to make it up to third here as he advances on the wild pitch. Digging in for his second at-bat, Mark Reynolds. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. Looking to minimize the damage here. A fastball off the plate away. It's ball 1. Ready with the 1-0 pitch. There's a changeup over the outside corner.
You know, I think this is a big situation in this game. They've got to lead by a couple of runs, but they don't want to look back on this inning when this one's over and think that they left some runs out there on the base path. Scoring more here would be huge.
And a big strikeout there as they'll leave a couple of runners on base, and after a good start to the inning, they can't. Here's Jake Marisnick. He'll get us going in the home half of inning number 3.
Center fielder.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And this is taken outside for ball 1. One and 0 pitch on the way. Who pulled the string and had him way out in front. A ball and a strike. 1-1. Here it comes. Got a big pass at a slider that gets past him.
Well, he doubled up on that slider, so that tells me he's really feeling it at this point in the game. Good chance we'll see a heavy dose of that slider as this start continues.
The 1-2 pitch. Half swing here, but it won't matter. It's strike 3 called anyway, and that's out number 1.
The batter, number 1.
Now in the box, Carlos Correa. He singled his last time up. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. A cold strike on the inside corner. And Dan, that's a pretty good example of why he's such a great pitcher.
Yeah, stuff. Stuff is obviously the important key to being dominant on the mound, but it doesn't mean a whole lot if you don't have outstanding control to go along with it. But he does, and he really spotted that pitch.
Marwin.
So striding in, Marwin Gonzalez. Reached by way of a fielder's choice his first time around. Here's a slider that's inside. 1-0. Kluber sets his sights. Here's the 1-0. And he'll try to hold back the swing, but he'll do so unsuccessfully as that's ruled a strike. Pitch on the way. Oh, looked like he was towing an anchor there. 1-2. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Swung on in the dirt for the third strike. Gomes has it, and that ends the inning. Into the box now, Yunel Escobar. He'll try to get it going here to begin the 4th.
Yunel Escobar.
Swing and a liner, but a foul ball. And he couldn't get on top of it as this has popped up behind shortstop. Correa will stay with it as he backs up and puts it away. 1 gone.
The left fielder.
In is Gerardo Parra. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Into the windup and the pitch. And a lay off a fastball here in a good spot, but ruled the ball 1-0. And a fastball runs a bit inside. He's down 2-0. 2-0 pitch on the way. A changeup over the inside corner.
Love the pitch call there. 2-0. You know the guy's geared up for a fastball, and you drop a changeup in the zone. That's going to be a tough pitch to handle.
And that's into the outfield for a 1-out base hit. And he is in at second base with a 1-out double. Here's the catcher, Yan Gomes. He singled and scored in his first appearance in this one. He's set and the pitch. Swing and a miss just behind a lively fastball. Now for Parra, he's at second with his first two-bagger of the year. Now a fastball. Look out as he has to duck out of harm's way there from the stretch. And a fastball that misses up in the zone here. It's 2-1. And the pitch on 2-1. And there's a pitch that just misses the inside corner.
Well, he really needs to make this guy swing the bat right here. He's not the type of hitter you want to dance around with.
And he takes ball 4. So a good job out of the 9-hole in getting on base as we go back to the top of the order. This is line to left. But this will hang up just enough as he takes it in stride in left center for the second out. Digging in once again, Jose Ramirez. 2 men on, 2 away here in the fourth. This is on the ground over to first. Right to Gonzalez. And the 2-out threat will not come to pass as the inning. Into the box, Jose Altuve. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
Second baseman, Jose Altuve.
Here comes the first pitch. And that pitch catches the inside corner.
Well, he's really having good success in this game. And, you know, looking at it, you go, how's he doing it? Well, it's surely not the first pitch strike. I mean, he's a little over 60% first pitch strikes. That's good. It's not great. For the type of success he's having, you can't figure it out.
Sent on the ground out to second. And a reach there by Escobar, but it's by him, a base hit. So it's a base knock to lead off their half of the fourth. Standing in, Carlos Beltran, a base hit in his first trip.
Carlos Beltran.
Before the first pitch, a check at first. The tag, and he is cooked at first. First pitch coming, here it is. Thought he had the inside corner that time, but it missed for ball 1. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Lifted the other way out to left center. Under it is Parra, and there are 2 gone. Here's Chris Bryant now. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
Bryant.
Outfield shaded a bit to left center, the first pitch. And no swing, apparently, ball 1. That one's going to find the seats, strike 1. Kluber gets the sign, coming home with the 1-1 pitch. Down the third baseline, scooped up on the backhand. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. Here's the shortstop, Ian Desmond. He'll start things out as we begin the 5th.
Shortstop, Ian Desmond.
Into the windup and the pitch. A swing and a miss at the big curveball. A 1 pitch on its way. And he just misses with a curveball. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. And that misses 2-1.
Well, when you're behind an account like this pitcher is, it's a good time to work in something off speed if you're confident in it. Most hitters are looking for fastball.
Fastball is looked at for strike 2. Full count now, 3-2.
I understand pitching carefully to this guy in the box, but the man on deck doesn't represent any relief either. He's going to have to go after one of these guys.
Softly hit out to short. And the 5th inning will start with a ground out, 1 away. Here's Cargo, Carlos Gonzalez. 1 for 2 on his line so far in the game. Takes a look at one catching the outside corner. 2 runs, 7 hits. No errors in the ballgame for the Rockies thus far. Ground ball sent back up the middle. Bryant is up with it. Throw on to first will get him. Scored at 5-3 on the putout, though it looked more like a 6-3 ground ball. Nevertheless, there are 2 away now. Ready once again, Charlie Blackmon comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Changes up on him, but that's in the dirt for a ball. 2 out, nobody on. And he gets the call that time for strike number 1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Tough one to lay off, called a strike. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Here's a high pop-up. Correa is there for it. And the inning is over. Stepping in is Josh Reddick. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
Left fielder, Josh
Ready with the first
Reddick.
pitch. Here it comes. Good late break to the slider here, but he takes it in on the hands for ball 1. Here comes the 1-0. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0. And this is lined into left field, and the leadoff man will reach. It's a base hit. Here's the catcher, Brian McCann. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
Brian McCann.
First pitch on its way. Takes a look at one catching the outside corner. Now the 0-1. There's a knee-high pitch that catches the zone.
Well, it's awful difficult, Matt, to hit when you find yourself down 0-2, but particularly when you haven't even swung the bat yet. Now you're in protect mode, and you haven't taken one swing.
So it was a strikeout looking there. Brian McCann is dealt with for the first out in the bottom of the inning. First offering on its way. Evan Gattis swings and misses there, so he's down 0-1. Ready with the 0-1 pitch. Looks at a changeup on the inside corner for a strike. Got him swinging. Chased it well out of the zone, and there are 2 gone. Here's Jake Marisnick. First time up, he went down looking.
Jake Marisnick.
From the stretch. Swing and a miss way behind the big fastball.
Right there, Matt. You know, they get the leadoff man on, and they haven't been able to advance him. That's why they're not scoring runs. You got to hit and run, steal. Do something to get that runner moving. Get aggressive.
I think if he executes that pitch on the corner instead of off of it, he probably gets some pretty weak contact.
And we'll have to leave it there, as this is strike 3, and that. Here's Mark Reynolds. 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts for him so far.
The first baseman, number 12, Mark Reynolds.
Couple of righties starting to loosen now in the bullpen. First pitch of the inning is taken low and away for a ball. It's 1-0. Now here's the pitch. And that's swung on and missed on a pitch down, 1-1. Tried to hold up there. Appeal down to first, and no swing. It's ball 2. Takes a look down at the knees for a strike. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Tapper up the line. That goes foul, so he stays alive with 2 strikes. Grounded down the third baseline, but a foul ball as it holds it 2-2. Even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Never tempted to swing at that ball down low. It's ball 3.
This is a really good at bat. This is the kind that you go back to the dugout, regardless of the outcome. They go, great AB, man, great AB.
Bryant charging this one. Throw to first gets him, so the leadoff man's retired here to begin the 6th.
Now batting.
Striding in once again, Yunel Escobar.
Escobar.
He's singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. And he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now. Digging in and looking for more, Gerardo Parra. He doubled earlier in the game, 1 for 2 to this point. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Took a wave at one around the shins with no luck.
Watching him on the mound, I'm really impressed with what he's doing right now. He's been really aggressive and confident over the last couple of innings.
Oh, got him to swing out of his shoes on that one. 0-2.
Beautiful changeup. Got him out front with that swing right there. That's what a changeup will do. Just keep you off balance.
That misses, says the home plate umpire. 1-2. Where it misses, I'm not quite sure.
That's an interesting pitch right there. Let's see if that throws him off a little bit. He's been on a pretty good roll.
And the second baseman is there to make the play, and that ends the inning. Digging in once again, Carlos Correa. He's
Leading
1
up for
for
the
2 in the
Astros.
ball game.
The shortstop, Carlos Correa.
Into the windup and the pitch. Takes a high fastball for a strike.
Well, this offense finds themselves struggling right now, and they're down a few runs. They got to try to manufacture, get somebody on, maybe hit and run, and then you look for the big ball. Looks like right now everybody's swinging for the downs. They got to turn it around a little bit, play a little small ball, get it going.
You know, when a guy starts to get tired, you often see their breaking stuff start to flatten out, but that's not the case here. Still has really nice finish on that slider, as we just saw.
Locked him up with the off-speed stuff on that one. Carlos Correa becomes the first out in the bottom of the 6th inning. And here's a ball hit in the air. Ramirez into shallow left. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away. Ready for another shot now. Jose Altuve. A hit in 2 tries so far. Kluber's ready. Here comes the first pitch. Takes a fastball on the inside corner.
When you're facing this good a hitter, man, that strike one becomes so important to get ahead with him and make him think about something else. Now you can control the at bat.
Here's a late swing and a miss. Strike 2. Looking for his 10th strikeout. Here's the pitch. And he will strike him out. 10 now in the ball game, and the inning is over. Back here at Minute Maid Park in Houston. Rockies out on top in this one as we head to the 7th. But before we get started, let's get a look at the game summary through the first 6 innings of baseball. First delivery to him on the way. Now this is chopped foul at home plate. It's 0-1. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Changeup gets him out in front for strike 2.
That looked like he was cheating for that fastball inside right there. Early swing, got out in front of that off-speed pitch. Clearly looking for a fastball.
A little bouncer. That's a foul ball.
Back-to-back changeups, and he fouled that one off right there. I don't think he's going to come back with the third one. I got to be thinking some other pitch is coming.
Swinging a ball hit on the ground, but a foul ball, and the count holds at 0-2. Another one sent foul. Line drive to center field. And that'll get down out there near the wall. Running hard. He's digging for second. And he'll pull into second here with nobody out. Digging in to try it again. David Dahl, 2 for 3 with a double on his line so far. Michael Feliz is out from the bullpen now as he'll make his first appearance here on the season.
Michael Feliz.
Now the Astros have somebody up in the bullpen as a right-hander has started to warm up out there.
A fastball right down the middle for a strike.
You know what? That ball's right down the middle. I think he was taking first pitch, just really trying to measure it.
Now a pickoff play at second, and he's back standing. 2 runs, 8 hits. No errors in the ballgame for the Rockies thus far. Strike 2.
He's in a tough spot right now, 0-2. This is one of those at-bats. You look back and you go, I got to get the man over. But now 0-2, you just got to try to make contact now.
Now a check swing. The appeal down to Earl Hendricks at third. No swing. It's ball 1. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. And a fastball just a bit high.
Wow, kind of an interesting pitch call there. The batter flailed at the pitch away on the previous one, so you'd think you'd go right back there, but instead they decided to come in, make him prove he can adjust before you
Now
do.
batting, third baseman.
Ready once again, Jose Ramirez. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. And that's waved at and missed for strike 1. 0-1 count. Here it comes. And a fastball just below the knees, ball 1. A decent lead at second. Here's the pitch. Hit out towards second. Altuve has it. Throw gets him. 2 down. So stepping in, Ian Desmond. He's working here to bring home that very important insurance run, standing at third. Working to keep them in the game here. Hit on the ground out to short. Correa ranges to his right. Throw got him by a step. Would have been a run if he'd beat it out, but the inning is over. Here's Carlos Beltran. 1 for 2 on his line so far in the game.
Right fielder, Carlos Beltran.
Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. Started to go down after it, and he couldn't hold back. It's strike 1.
One thing you try to do as a hitter is figure out what pattern the pitcher is pitching. I can't cover the whole plate. He's done a masterful job of pounding him on the outside half for strike.
1 sack as that ball is into the gap in right center. Should be good for at least 2 bases. And he's going to get to second now with nobody out. Stepping in, Chris Bryant. Third trip to the plate for him here tonight. 0 for 2 at this point.
Ryan.
Good lead off a second there. Now the pitch. Here's a first pitch slider that just tails out of the zone. It's ball 1. Now a sharply hit ball back up the middle. Desmond with a great stop. Fantastic effort, but he's unable to turn it into an out, and that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Left fielder.
Stepping in is Josh Reddick. He's singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far. Getting a few steps off a second there. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss at a first pitch changeup. 0-1. Good lead there at second. Here's the pitch. Soft liner towards short, but this is pulled in by the shortstop, and he is in there. Here's the catcher, Brian McCann. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout in this one. He's set. Here it comes. Started to go around there, but he holds up, ball 1.
1 ball, no strike.
From the belt, the pitch. And this is fouled back and out of play. First and second now, 1 man out. And a half-hearted attempt that time as he broke the plane of the plate. It's a ball and 2 strikes now. Now a fastball, but that's easy to lay off, and it's back to even at 2-2. Working for the punch out and the offering, and he struck him out. And there's strikeout number 11 in the ball game.
Now batting.
Evan Gaddis now standing in. Two outs and two runners aboard here in the seventh inning. Nori Aoki will come on to pinch hit here in a big spot. Couldn't quite hold back that time as the changeup fooled him for strike one. Trying to hang a zero. Here's the pitch. Swing, and that's hit out of play up into the plaza level. This is on the ground over to first. Fielded cleanly, and that will conclude matters here in the seventh. Here's Carlos Gonzalez. He'll have the first crack at it here as we start inning number 8.
Carlos Gonzalez.
And he'll take strike one on the fastball, registering at 93 that time. Now a swing and a miss, and things are not looking real promising here. Down 0-2.
He had some really good late action on that slider right there. It's hard to do anything with that pitch unless you're sitting on it and catch it out front before it breaks all the way in.
Another 0-2 home. And a neck-high fastball that time. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. A swing and a drive to center field. That one's got a chance. Marisnick going back at the track. Gone to lead off the inning. Here's Charlie Blackmon now. It's been an 0-for-2 effort for him to this point.
Blackmon.
Outside with the fastball. That's 1-0. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Hit on the ground down the first baseline. And he'll step on first himself for the out. Ready for another chance? Mark Reynolds. One run in and 1 gone so far this inning. Into the windup and the pitch. Ball 1.
That's a ball.
1 out, nobody on. That's wide, 2-0.
Back-to-back sliders away. Now I think you have to think about running something hard in. Not a good idea to throw a good hitter the same pitch 3 times in a row.
Swung on, missed, 2-1. And a swing and a miss. Does that look like self-defense there? It's 2-2.
I'll tell you, he just doesn't look comfortable in the box to me tonight. He's been off balance with his swings, and that one completely tied him up.
Now another 2-2. Just staying alive, putting together a really good at-bat here. Got him. And that's the 3rd time we've written a K next to his name in this one.
Now batting.
So coming to the plate, Yunel Escobar. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Brad Peacock enters the ball game out of the pen, looking for the final out here in the top of inning number 8.
Peacock.
And he takes ball 1. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Good zip on that one as he just throws it by him for strike 1. 1-1 pitch is a knuckle curve. He's in the hole now, 1-2.
I'm no hitting expert, but you can't take a swing that's a whole lot more uglier than that one.
Swing and a miss for strike 3. Pulled the. Here's Jake Marisnick. He'll get things started now
Leading
in the
off for the
bottom of
Astros.
inning number 8.
Center fielder, Shake Marisnick.
Here comes the first pitch. First pitch misses here to the leadoff man in the inning. The number 9 hitter in the lineup. It's ball 1. That command may be starting to drift a bit. It's 2-0 now.
We've seen him go down on strikes more than once in this game, so this has been a better approach by him at this at-bat. Much more patient, and he's gotten himself into a good hitter's count.
Ready to deal. Here's the 2-1. Slider up that he gets a call on.
Guys, I've been really impressed with him tonight. I mean, he's carving these guys up with all of his pitches.
Great changeup there in the dirt for the 3rd strike. Gomes gathers it, and he makes the throw to first. Marisnick is retired, and there's one away. Here's Carlos Correa now. He was sent packing on strikes in his last trip. And he had to be looking for something else to start the at-bat. It's 0-1.
Oh, what a good slider down the way. And I'm telling you, late in the game to throw that pitch with that type of precision, man, your manager feels good about the decision of leaving him in.
Boy, a check swing on a pitch way out of the zone. Just held up, but boy, as a pitcher, you're hoping that he swings at that one.
And he lays off upstairs, but it's ruled a strike, and he can't believe it. 1-2. Got him. As he just continues to mow down these hitters. 13 strikeouts now. Here's Marwin Gonzalez now. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once. Broken bat as this ball's hit on the ground. And 8 innings have come and gone now as the inning is over. In is Gerardo Parra. He'll be charged with trying to get on board leading off the 9th.
Number 8, Gerardo Parra.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Hit on the ground to short. Throw on to first for the out, and that is how the 9th inning gets underway. Here's the catcher, Yan Gomes. He doubled earlier and carries a 2-for-2 line into this appearance. First offering on its way. And this is fouled straight back. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Outside for a ball, 1-1. High in the air out towards shallow right. Beltran has a read on it. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away. And that'll bring up the speedy outfielder David Dahl. He's doubled and singled in 4 at-bats in this contest. Now the pitch. Oh, and an ugly swing there. It's 0-1.
For the most part, he's looked really locked in at the plate in this game. Not so much on that swing, though.
Tries to shave the corner with that pitch, but it's 1-1. And now this is served out to left off the end of the bat. But little trouble handling this one down there. Here's the second baseman, Jose Altuve. He'll be the one to get us going here in the bottom of inning number 9. Greg Holland comes out of the bullpen to shut things down here in the 9th.
Now pitching for the Rockies, number 56, Greg Holland.
Skied into straightaway right. Gonzalez has a read on it. Makes the play, 1 away. Digging in the switch hitter, Carlos Beltran. 2 for 3 with a double on his line so far. Here it comes. And he catches the inside corner for a called strike. 0-1. This is pulled into right. Oh, and this goes right past him. Around second is Beltran. He's headed for third. The relay throw, and he will make it all the way to third now as that mistake proves a costly one indeed.
Now batting.
Here's Chris Bryant now. Although there are a couple of bases.
Ryan.
Here comes the first pitch. Just a bit jumpy that time. Swung on and missed.
Beautifully thrown splitter right there. High 80s, down in the zone. Looks like a fastball coming in, and then it just drops off the table. You can get a lot of swinging strikes with that.
Swing and a miss, and they'll dodge a major bullet that time. 2 away. Standing in, Josh Reddick. And he needs to make something happen. They're down to their final out here in the 9th. And that's in there for strike 1.
I don't have a problem taking that pitch right there. New pitcher just came in out of the bullpen. You want to see what he's got. You measure the first pitch. Now get ready to hit.
Tried to pull that one back, but he couldn't do it, and it's 0-2 now. Has them down to their final strike. Here it comes. Swung on in the dirt. Strike 3. Throw to first here will be in time for the final out, and the Rockies move to 1-0 on the young season as this ball game is over. Well, we watched a really solid starting pitching performance, kept the opposition at bay, and as a result, he's our top player of the game.
Hey, his stuff was electric here in this one, so there's no doubt in my mind he's deserving. Look at all the strikeouts on his line. Trust me, that's not easy to do, so he was pretty special today.
The final line score for our ball game tonight for the victorious Rockies. 3 runs on 9 hits. 1 error. They left 8 runners on base. For the Astros, no runs, 6 hits, no errors. They left 6 men on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 35 minutes. Tonight's paid attendance at Minute Maid Park, 40,950. The Astros thank you for attending and remind you to please drive home safely. Good night.